I'm Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist here at the racecourse ground, where we're just moments away from Bala town taking the field against Dinamo Zagreb of Croatia in the Champions League qualifying playoff. The winner, of course, will book themselves a place in the group stages. Manager Aussie Villain was not available for comment, but a club source quoted him as saying, "I'm so nervous, I feel sick. Oh my god, what if we win? I think I'm gonna barf." I'm Chaz Hogan, Wrexham. Well, finally, this club's getting interesting to follow. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 5, Episode 4 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And the impossible dream just might get a little bit closer, because if we win today, home and away over 2 legs against Dinamo Zagreb, we will be in the Champions League group stage. As ridiculous as that sounds, it could happen. It's going to be really, really tough. They are a very, very good team with some very good players. But you just never know, do you? You just never know. So we'll give it our best shot and see how we do. Now, before we get to this game, there is one game to catch you up on. We did get our Welsh Premier League title defence underway. That was against Cefn Druids. Let's go see how we did. Denny Gossay gave us a first half lead from the spot, but things went wrong after the break, as Cefn Druids first drew level and then took the lead in the space of a minute. Adam Maurice tied the game after a bus and brew knockdown before Henry Jones rescued the points late on. So there we go, a scrappy win, a late win as well. To be honest, there was some of the players that had played well for us in the Welsh League Cup second round tie. Gave them a start. The likes of Gutto Kingsley. We'll get a proper look at him there. I gave him an opportunity to start in the league, and he let us down a little bit. Tomlinson, who is happy again now because he's registered in the Champions League squad, but he didn't have a great game. So we brought some of the old guys off the bench, and it was Henry Jones that proved to be the hero there at the end there. But Gossay with a penalty, Maurice with a goal, and Henry Jones as well. So a good win, a tough win, but definitely we were not at our best for that one. So there we go. We have a look at the league table. Just one game in for us, and we've obviously won that. Afen Lido and Carnarvon, they're there with their 2 from 2. And the New Saints, they've only played one as well, but also won that game, as has Barry Town. So that's where we stand. You can see we've got our Iron Brew Cup third round tie against Shamrock Rovers. So that's going to be an interesting game against them. It's probably one of the tougher ones, actually, isn't it, against a good Irish team. But that's all for another day. Today, it is all about Dinamo Zagreb. You see, we do have another Premier League game here in between. I'll play that off camera and catch you up on on how it went. Let's have a look what we're up against here. We're not the favourites for this one. We don't know too much about them on the scouting report. Analysis report, this is how they played at home last time, and they absolutely ripped Partizan to pieces. Away from home, though, which is obviously where we're going to play them now, because we're at home for the first leg, that is how they lined up there. Now, one thing that I don't know whether it's a good thing, well, it's almost certainly not a good thing, but if you look here, at home, they're absolutely rampant. They beat Maccabi Tel Aviv 3-0, and they beat Partizan 5-0. But away from home, they've lost 4-1, and they've lost 2-1 to Partizan. So this is a very, very important tie, because going off of that, you would suspect that when we go to their place in the second leg, it's going to be really, really tough for us. But this is the team that we're sending out, hopefully, to lay down the solid foundations for a remarkable result. Jay Cock continues in goal. It's Burke Cooper, Reece Williams, Gosney and Sears as the back 5. It's Williams and York in midfield. It's Waite in behind Allmark and Anderson. This is it, boys. It's a date with destiny. See how we do. So they're lining up. They're a little bit different to how I expected. Tommy Rogic is in there. We saw them last episode, at the end of last episode. They're just a very, very good team. And this is... I don't know if this is the best team we've played yet. I think they might even be better than like Zenit St. Petersburg, who we've beaten, Nice, who we didn't beat. It's going to be really tough. What do we say? You've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. I think I do like that. We've got show them what we're capable of. Let's try that instead, actually. Some calm. We have faith. We don't want to play us down, but we do want to, not have expectations too high. And here we go. We've got further than I think any of us expected at this stage of the series, but I tell you what, I would take 0-0 right now. Get back to their place, no away goals, and go from there. Williams, corner, back post. Oh, it's in! Damien Allmark's done it yet again in Europe. It's his 5th goal of the season. We're 1-0 up to Dinamo Zagreb. We are absolutely rampant from corners this season, and dare we dream. It's still a long, long way to go. We're only 6 minutes into, 180 minutes of football, but we do have the lead. At least we're not going to get beaten to 0. And if we can get out of this, no more highlights for the rest of the game, and I'll be very, very happy. Come on, boys, let's demand more. York is looking nervous, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. Again, no highlights. We're doing okay possession-wise, not possession-wise, sorry, in chances. We're limiting their chances. Demand a bit more here, boys. Can we get into the break at 1-0? No highlights. Loving this. Absolutely loving the no highlights. There we go. It's kind of as expected. As we saw, they struggle away from home, but they are just absolute bosses at their own place. What do we say? It's got to be a don't get complacent, doesn't it? Or is it things are going, well, you're capable of even better? Let's don't get complacent. We'll just say it calmly. We've got a nervous-looking Sam York. I wonder if we get a little bit of passion in there. Can we? No. We do have Connor Parsons on the bench. We also have Henry Jones, either of whom could play that role for us. I don't have Tomlinson on the bench, which is a little bit of an oversight, actually. I meant to have him on the bench, but that's okay. So we'll keep an eye on Sam York. We'll get back out there. We'll demand a bit more from them. He's not playing particularly well. So that being the case, we might take him off and we'll bring on Parsons. Parsons, that's fine. He can play that role. Bruce Anderson's looking nervous up there as well. He's not having a great game, so let's get Boston Brew on for him. So that's 2 changes, 10 minutes into the second half. We will hold off on the next change. We want to obviously not leave ourselves a little bit short here, should the worst happen and we get an injury. But do we need a little bit more going to their place? Sorry, but 1-0, I'm fine with that. It's no away goals. If we were to get an away goal, albeit they've scored 4 and 5 at home recently, so maybe it's not enough. Demand a little bit more. It's been not a great game for YouTube, but the result could be stunning. The result is going to be stunning, is it? Oh, can we get a second goal? This would be huge. 15 seconds to go, an extra time, and Connor Gosney can't keep his header down. But short and sweet, but 1-0. We've won the first leg 1-0. We didn't have much of the ball, but we made it difficult for them, and we are 90 minutes away. That was really, we don't get complacent. You've played magnificently, boys. That's a really good result against a very good team. Villa celebrates birthday in style, August 22nd, in your calendars, boys. But there we go, a stunning, stunning result, a really good performance, and yes, could we have the world's quickest episode in history here? Wait right there, guys. We will be back for the second leg. Dare we dream? Dare we dream? Okay, welcome back. Now, we do have a little bit of transfer news to catch you up on. August 30th, so the transfer window is still open for a few days yet. And we have sold off one of the excess players. Now, Kevin Druids have signed Callum Watts from us. $1,500 is the fee. He was a useful player for us, I'll be honest. We didn't pay anything for him, so we got him on a free. We've got 2 decent years, or good years out of him, really, as a reserve or as a sort of rotation player. And then we sold him on for a small profit, but a profit nonetheless. So Callum Watts, thank you for your service, mate. We will see you again, no doubt. But there's one game to catch you up on before we get on to this second leg, and I am so nervous ahead. It's a hope that kills you, isn't it? We've got to catch up on the FM20 game in the league. Let's go see how that went. We got the perfect start. Dan Evans powering in a second-minute header. Boston Brew doubled our lead from the spot, and he added a third goal on the half hour, heading in Morris's cross. Dixon headed in a fourth late in the first half, before Jake Nichols added a fifth after the break with his long-awaited first goal for Bala. So there we go, an absolute demolition of FM20. A familiar name in the opposition lineup. Where is he here? Neto was playing for them, didn't play too well. So not a good return to him to Maz Tegrid, but a really, really good performance from us. Buston Brew with a double, Dan Evans opened the scoring, Ewan Dixon and Jake Nichols. I didn't realise he hadn't scored a goal for us. He's been with us for a long, long time now, and that was his first ever goal for the club. So well done to him. A decent player he's been for us as well. So there we go. Really, really strong performance, that one. Absolutely dominated the game. If we have a look at what that does for the league table, that's all looking good because we've only played 2 games. Carnarvon have 3 from 3 as well, but the New Saints drew against Carmarthen Town, so they've already dropped a few points to us, which is good. But this is what it's all about right now, the second leg of this Champions League qualifying game. Again, we're not the favourites. Again, that's fair enough, but we're 90 minutes away. We don't know, again, too much about them. The only thing we do have now is an analysis report from the first leg. We can see there, I mean, they had a lot of red zones there, isn't it? They look like they did really dominate possession. But we're not going to change too much because I don't really know. This is just how we play in Europe, isn't it? And it generally works for us. We're going with the same team again. Hopefully we'll get better performances out of York and Anderson this time. But Jaycock in goal. It's Burke, Cooper, Reece Williams, Gosney and Sears. Williams and York in midfield. It's Waite, it's Allmark, the European hero this season, and Anderson. Come on. So they have changed the way they're playing. I wonder if we should be a little bit more narrow defensively up against that. I wonder if we should stick in a DM. There's all sorts of things going through my head right now. But this has worked for us so far. What do we want to say? What does Lewin say? Encourage and give him a morale boost. We've been on a good run recently. Go out there and impress me, boys. Let's be positive here. Let's not fear the fact that they've scored, 8 goals in their last 2 home games. Let's embrace it, and let's get out there. I just want to check tactics here and just see if we need maybe not defend with width. We'll see if they start getting down the sides of us, but the way they set up, they do look like they're going to be quite narrow, don't they? And this is it. I mean, the worst case scenario, we find ourselves in the Europa League group stages. So, come on. Inside the first minute, this is not what we need. Oh, it's a decent save by Jaycock. We will end, I think, whether we win or lose this, there will be a group stage draw, whether it be Champions League or Europa League coming up. This is the Wednesday, so I think it's either the Thursday or the Friday game time. So we will end the episode with a draw. That has to be offside by this. He's a mile offside. Oh, we haven't won the header there. He's in. Can we get a save? We can. A little bit of loose defending there. And we might just throw out a nice early concentrate and just make sure that that doesn't happen again, please, boys. We're dominating possession, which is strange. I'll be honest. Didn't expect to see that. Apprehensive, nervous. Boys, can we get an away goal? It's decent. Is it a penalty? The ref's blown his whistle. They're consulting VAR. And it is a penalty. It's huge and it's Burke. Oh, Burke, can we get the away goal here? Ryan Burke. He's been good so far. And he keeps his record going. And we're 2-0 up in the tie. And we have an away goal. And they need 3. Are we about to go into the Champions League group stage? That is outrageous. Ryan Burke, he has been perfect from the penalty spot so far, and he didn't pick this moment to miss. Excellent. Look at that. They're frustrated and anxious. Excellent stuff. That's just where we want them. Now, what we don't want to do, we've seen in the past, we've been in good positions, and we have let Leeds go away second half against superior opposition. And let's make no mistake, Dinamo Zagreb are at this point still superior opposition to us. They're fired up coming into the break. Come on, boys. Just see them off. I tell you what, in what's 90 plus 45 minutes, whatever that is, 135 minutes, makes sense, I think, we have barely seen anything from them. Boys, don't let the scoreboard, the job isn't done. Let's pick up where we left off. Just keep going, boys. Keep going. We've got a nervous-looking Reece Williams. A little bit of passion, mate. Come on. Faith in you. I don't want to tell anybody they're doing badly because, let's face it, we're not doing badly. Again, though, James Waite not having the best time in Europe. Allmark's nervous. I am as well, mate. Just don't get yourself sent off. Anderson on a booking as well. So it's weird the front 3 of the guys on bookings. But there we go. Let's give it a nice early demand more. Just make sure we're, focused. There we go. We have Buston, Brew and Jones we could bring on. Waite is just not having a good day out there. So let's bring on Henry Jones for him. It's a strange one. James Waite this season in Europe has not got going. We know what a talented player he is, though. So we've made the change in midfield there, and let's see what happens here. It's the first highlight we've seen, really, with them starting in possession. It was just a missed header before their first highlight. Come on, boys. Can we get a tackle in? Look at that from Dan Williams. Come on. Can we hit them on the break now? We're just taking it easy. That's fine. Keep possession. Cooper has the ball. Cooper looks to go crossfield there for Sammy York. York knocks it forward. It's Sears. Sears, can he get a crossing? Look at the space he's got in front of him. Can he get a crossing? He's got all the time in the world to measure it out. It's there. It's Anderson, and it's over the bar. It's a really, really good opportunity as well. Let's give it a concentrate. It's getting to the point now where, it'd be really disappointing not to do it. York is not having a good game in there. Let's get Tomlinson in for him. And that leaves us one sub up our sleeve. Come on, boys. Oh, are we going to do it? We might be going to do this. Jesus Christ, I didn't expect this. All right, so let's take these guys back to fullbacks on support. We don't need them bombing forward as much anymore. We still need them getting forward because they're our width. But we don't need them bombing on so much. It's another highlight. It's a corner. Another goal now, and surely that's it. Burke to knock it in. It's decent. It's Tomlinson. It's Reece Williams. It's bouncing around! And Bruce Anderson gives us the goal. We're 3-0 up on aggregate. We've got 2 away goals. And guys, we are going to the Champions League group stages. How has this happened? We're only in Season 5. I thought it would be like Season 10 before we got anywhere near the group stages. And we're going to do it in Season 5. What a performance. We've only gone and knocked out Dinamo Zagreb. And we are in the champion, the money. Oh, the money we're going to get for this. We could be playing Barcelona this season. We could be playing any... Oh, it's just so good. Very, very well done, boys. First leg triumph helps Bala town past Dinamo Zagreb. Look at the money. Oh, it's £13 million in the bank. We already had a lot of money, but that is absolutely outstanding. We've got almost £20 million. We're just going to buy we'll just buy Northern Wales, I think, at this point. What a performance. We're in the group stage. Guys, wait right there. We've got a group stage draw coming up. Who are we going to be playing next? I'm Chaz Hogan, Australian journalist here in Neon, ahead of the Champions League group stage draw. Welsh side Bala Town are here for the first time and will no doubt be excited to see who they draw, with this journo hoping that they get Manchester City so he finally has a chance to report on the team. Let's head inside now and see what happens. I always knew Aussie Villain would do it. I told you, Kev, didn't I? I told ya. Alright, here we go, Champions League group stage draw. There is one piece of transfer news to catch you up on. We're just trying to clear out the squad a little bit. Romario Vieira has left. He's 25 years old now. He wasn't getting any better. He's gone off to Newport County, $1.3, We've got a 20% sell-on clause. I wasn't too worried about that because I don't know that he's going to go for that much in the future anyway. But Romario Vieira, a quick word for him. He was sort of the first really quality signing that we made, that was all the way back in... he was first season, wasn't he, I think? So we've got 4 really, really good years out of him. He hasn't played yet this year. He wasn't going to be honest. But Romario Vieira, I think, will be very fondly remembered. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. But I think, he leaves with my best wishes. We've just moved past him. That's all it is. We've just moved past him. Anyway, let's not waste any time. Let's get to this draw. Not won't surprise you to know we're one of 8 teams seeded 4th. But let's have a look and see who we could get here. Look at the top teams here. Real Madrid, Chelsea, Liverpool, Juventus, Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern Munich, Tottenham and Porto. We have to play one of those teams in a competitive fixture. So let's just draw them out quickly here. Draw next team. We'll just get it done quickly because we're not going to know until, obviously, we get down to the 4th tier here. So the 2nd tier, Manchester City, that's obviously who Chad... Look at some of these teams. Manchester United, Borussia Dortmund, Inter, they're the ones behind my head. Barcelona, Valencia, Benfica, and Lyon. I mean, it just makes you want to wet your pants, doesn't it? It's just terrifying. Bayern Munich and Barcelona, Liverpool, Lyon, Tottenham, Benfica. That's looking like the softest group right now, isn't it? Real Madrid and Manchester City, Porto and Inter, Paris and Man United, Juventus and Valencia. That's looking maybe one of the softer ones, but we're screwed with what happens, aren't we? And the bad thing is, of course, we're Welsh. There's no teams that we can avoid. It's an open draw for us. All right, Tier 3. Behind my head, it's Napoli, it's Ajax, Celtic, and Copenhagen. Then Lazio, Bayer Leverkusen, Shakhtar, and Young Boys. You'd say Young Boys and Copenhagen, whatever group they get, is probably the group we want, because we want someone that we can maybe, if we can get third in the group, listen to me, and maybe parachute down into the Europa League. That's maybe the dream, and you'd think the only chance that we have there is maybe Young Boys and maybe Copenhagen. But let's see what happens here. Young Boys gets that group. Copenhagen. Okay, so I'm thinking Group C is probably the one we want. Every other group there looks an absolute nightmare, doesn't it? Maybe Group G. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? All right. Other teams in our pool. PSV, Besiktas, ourselves. We're not the lowest coefficient point rating, which that goes to show, the runs that we had in the Europe in previous seasons has really helped there. So it's Real Sociedad, it's Moscow, it's Mönchengladbach, it's Sparta Prague. Now, we beat them last year, didn't we? And it's Braga. All right, so looking at it. Group A, purely because we might be a chance of beating Young Boys into third. Group C, we might be a chance of... would be an outside chance a second there against Benfica, but we have a chance against Copenhagen, and maybe Group C we might have a chance against Celtic, and Valencia's, they're not the worst. All right, let's go. Who do we get? Braga gets the dream group, really, isn't it? Because and there it is. It's tough. It's really tough. It's Liverpool. It's Lyon. It's Shakhtar Donetsk, and it's Bala Town. That is not the easiest, is it? It really, really is not. Yeah, there it is. So let me know what you think in the comments. Are we anything other than fourth? Are we an outside chance of third? Shakhtar's the second weakest team in that group, and I think we might be here for a good time, not a long time, but we've done really well to get this far. The money we've got, that changes the club forever, doesn't it, really? It's just a wonderful, wonderful place to be. And then, guys, that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I think what we'll do, as tempting as it is to come straight back for the Lyon game, we do have new Saints in the league and an Iron Brew Cup game. I mean, the Iron Brew Cup seems so insignificant now, doesn't it? But I think what we'll do is we'll come back for that first. Because that is a big game in the league, and we do need to still obviously go and win the league this year. So that'll be tomorrow's episode, and then what we'll do is then we'll come back for I guess Carmarthen Town as a warm up for Lyon. Yeah. Oh, it's so exciting, and I'm really, really excited for this, guys. Until next time, I'm Aussie Bell, and thank you so much for watching. As I said, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know how you think we'll do in the comments. Can we keep our goal difference under -20? That could be the goal, couldn't it? Take care.